two teams collide, and I guess many people didn't know what to expect today. United are a team that are kind of like licking their wounds. A lot of injuries. Arsenal, of course, without a centre forward. And I guess you saw a game today which for me was epitomised by individuals stepping up in the right moment, and other individuals just showing maybe that they're not cut out to be in said environments. 1-1. Goals from Declan Rice, Bruno Fernandes.
Couple of good goals as well.
Couple of good goals,
Very good goals.
Couple of big saves in the game. Couple of big moments. Culture Cams, as a resident fan within that game, how do you walk away from this 1-1 draw?
I mean, no real different to how I went into it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're still in the same position. You know, you're going to be rooted to that position. But I feel like it was actually kind of expected, this game. You know what I mean? Even though Arsenal won 7-1 and stuff, and obviously you mess around and say, oh, you're the next team coming and stuff like that. But I think everybody anticipated a boring kind of football match, bro. Two teams who, for me, are lacking severe quality in certain areas. Well, I think United all over the pitch, but Arsenal, especially in attack, they looked stale. United looked stale, and it looked like two teams who know they're playing for nothing. They know, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course. Like, for me, it's like I'm laughing because it's like, hey, we party and pooping nothing. There ain't a party to poop, but we're still gonna try and poop it up. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Arsenal know they ain't playing for nothing. Unless there's like super delusional fans out there, they know this season's done in terms of domestically. They know this season's done, and it's crazy because I was seeing, you know, Arsenal fans online after the win against PSV saying, I saw some say like, you know, I'd rather Real Madrid than Atleti. Or listen, you guys, you link Real Madrid with that squad.
Barbecue chicken, bro. You guys are getting run up out of here, bro. Because that Arsenal team, honestly, that performance for me from Arsenal was shambolic. It was shambolic. And I think with Man United as well, very boring, very stale, nothing going on. Something that we've been doing all season. But yeah, for a team, if you're looking at that and you're saying that's a second place team, then yeah, that says everything about the Premier League for me. You know what I mean? You
said second place, and I think something that stands out to me, and we'll get onto Liverpool, is that the table shows that it's 15 points now between first and second. I was under the illusion that we're in a title race, a title challenge. 15 points. I mean, we were having a conversation before we got into it. It's like it feels like it's done. We're barely into March. 15 points.
It's done. Don't say it feels. It's done.
Yeah, it is.
It's done. It's done. It's
yeah.
done. This is, at the end of the day, listen, a title race is what it is. It's a race, right? So it has to come, you have to get to the end point. This ain't a title race, bro. This ain't a title race. It was for a quarter of the season, for half of the season. But this ain't a title race. It's over. It's been done. And as I said, we were saying off air, what Arsenal should say at the end of this season is, yeah, we finished second. Not, we were in a title race. Same way under Jose Mourinho, we finished second. I don't go around saying I was in a title race. Same way under Oli, 2021. After Christmas, we lost to Sheffield United. Yeah. We weren't in no title race. We finished second. And that's what Arsenal are going to have to say about this season. They're probably going to finish second, but a title race, 15 points behind. Liverpool needs 16 points out of 9 games. Come on, bro. The season's over, man. It's not a title race, bro.
It ain't. And
it's not a title race.
You look at the kind of last couple of games, I think, against Forest, against West Ham, these are the types of games that you almost feel like if they were to get back into this, and especially I think before that they were on a good little run of like 11 games, but they needed an almost perfect second half of the season to keep the title race interesting. And this result today was almost just like a sign of what this season kind of has been, where they'll have possession, but they won't really be too dangerous. A few chances will fall to either side, but nobody can really capitalize. And I think you look at their window, you look at their attack, and it's kind of almost like something everybody's been kind of muttering throughout the season of, hey, at some point this is going to cost you, this is going to catch up with you. And that chance fell to Gabriel Martinelli. He was offside anyway, but it was just almost like indicative of everything. Yeah, just a summary of the entire season, and it's just just where the reality of the situation now. 15 points off this early in March. I can't remember the last time we saw a Premier League title decided this early. That's the only thing. And especially coming off the back of 2 seasons where it really felt like you were waiting for City to fall off. You were waiting to have that moment of, to get that run to the title. And it's finally come. And in a season where City are way off the pace and once again unable to just find a way through.
It's funny you mention that because I saw a tweet, I think it's from Aaron West, bigger Aaron, and he was like, the year that we managed to catch City slipping, we ran into a Salah contract year. And I laughed at it initially because I thought, tough luck.
Yeah.
But that seems to be a trend with Arsenal where it's always sort of a reason as to why you didn't get over the line, as opposed to you actually getting over the line. And I guess the reason why it puts them in an interesting position is if this season is written off, okay, cool, Champions League is there to contend with, you're saying that you don't see them really doing anything. You get this moment where you're going into another season with this sort of thought of, well, we've not done it again. How does that affect the players? How does that affect the atmosphere? I think the thing today was that it's Arteta's first job in football and he's managed so many games. I think for most of their fans, you say you have to trust him. There's no point switching up now. But do you just have this lull around you where you don't know where you're really going? Because how can you expect them to go from here to just suddenly double down and do it? You've shown for 2 years now that you've not been able to do it when there's opportunities.
And I think what you said there, just quickly, is I think a lot of the times the Arsenal fan base and maybe Arsenal themselves, they fascinate too much about the things that are uncontrollable, the things that are out of their hands, whether that be chasing down Liverpool, whether that be City falling off, when really the focus should be on the things you can control. The things, whether that be rotating your squad, giving players the right minutes, the transfer market, addressing and signing the right players, the things that you can actually make a difference on. And it feels like almost whenever the moment comes of the title's gone or and the season was over, there's all these kind of excuses and things that they point to that is out of their control, whether it's PGMO, whether it's, this decision didn't go here. And it's like, but what did you do in the things that you could control? And a lot of the times I don't feel like they fully mark off those kind of things in order to actually get what they need to. But
I just think, I think the thing is that a lot of the talk is going to be, of course, about the attack, the injury of Saka and Havertz and stuff like that. But Liverpool, even when the injuries happen, Liverpool are 9 points clear. Now, 9 points could be hunted down with that much of the season to go as well, of course. But we're still talking about a Liverpool side that have only lost 1 game anyway. So all this anticipation that Liverpool were going to fall off and blah, 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 it didn't happen, right? That's something that's obviously important. But at the same time, I think there's going to be this fixation around, okay, when we get a striker, we're going to go again next season. Right, it doesn't necessarily work like that.
Football isn't linear.
I think Arsenal are about to be the first team to three-peat second place in a row. I think the only team after that was Arsenal again. Yeah, I think it was Arsenal again in the early 2000s, actually. I think it might have been Arsenal again. So it's like, that is kind of like, it's not going to be easy just to say, all right, when we get a striker in or something like that, it's all going to flip, because City ain't going to sit still. Liverpool are not going to sit still. Arne Slot still hasn't made a proper signing of his own. You know what I mean? So we don't know what that's going to look like. So teams are not just going to sit still and wait for Arsenal just to get their striker and boom, we go again. Players' mentalities, everything shifts as well. Like, there are going to be players there that you think about someone like Saka, for example. I'm not saying he's going to leave or anything, but he's grown up seeing Arsenal do exactly this type of behaviours, like have that tag that they're just going to drop off eventually. And you're now a part of it. That's going to affect him. You got Saliba, the doors, people are knocking on the door for him. So it's not going to be so much easy, just like, next season we're just going to go again. Some people could be already thinking, bro, we're never going to win with this. We're never going to win with this bunch, or we're never going to win with this manager. That is a reality. Sometimes we forget that footballers are human too. They will be thinking about this type of stuff. So listen, I don't know what I'm not saying the future is bleak for Arsenal. I don't. They've got a good crop. They've got young players, good ages. But I just don't think it's as simple as get some attack and we go again.
Before we go back into the game, I think one thing that really stood out for me personally as well is, based on Liverpool's schedule at the moment, Arsenal are playing, I think, including this game, it would have been 3 times before Liverpool next play in the league.
Wow.
Because of all the schedule and everything.
Liverpool's next league game, I think, is in April.
Yeah. Because of the schedule. Because of the schedule.
Carabao Cup final.
Carabao final, Champions League, all of that.
For me, even though this is a big game where you know that United can be a tricky customer, there's extra value on getting the win today, because what that then does is it gives you a little bit, it's not 15 points anymore. it's a
Like,
bit
you win
short.
your next three,
and
it
then you
could
win your
be
next
like,
three,
yeah.
and then you put some sort of pressure. But now you've got Mo Salah, all these guys at home with their feet up, thinking,
Yeah.
"Oh, happy days, thank you so much."
Yeah.
No worries.